Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk. We're going to talk fallback plans. Fallback plans. I've showed you a bunch of examples, I think, in the recent past. We'll jump forward here. Of teams that are going to push a flank, win the flank, and then mindlessly push and end up losing games. We've seen some of the same thing from other directions. Now, this is very helpful when the enemy team just has a Muppet. So we'll shoot him. We're going to stop. We have shots, so there's no reason to keep pushing where I was pushing. We have some shots. We'll deal with this guy. He dies. Great. Didn't get spotted. All right, back on the horse. We're going to go down to the south. So when you're analyzing and thinking about how the match is going to go, the initial analysis, obviously, of what your tank is, what your tiering is, what class of tank you have, what type within the class. Is it heavily armored? Is it slow? Is it fast? All that good stuff. You're going to take that into account and go to the best spot you can come up with on that map and that match. We don't have any artillery. That doesn't change too much what I would do in this particular match. There's also not a bunch of TDs. There are actually only 4 on each side, which is nice, and only 2 scouts. So it's mostly heavies, I don't even know, and a few mediums. So very heavy battle, some heavy guns with the TDs, and we're here on Himmel's Studzianski Dorf. I consider this south fight to be the most important. I think you need to have people in the factories, and you've got to at least hold it. I'm not that worried about the north. I would like it not to get immediately overrun. So all flanks are important, but I find that the south flank down here is kind of the critical terrain. So that's why I'm going to come down here and fight. I'm also noticing that we have a good number of tanks. Karawan pushes in. I'm not super jazzed about that because he's way out ahead. If the purple team swarmed him right now, there's not a whole bunch I could do. But of course, you've got to see how the enemy team reacts to it. So I'm going to be a little bit more cautious than usual here. Let's see if we get a shot on that guy, but I can't. Is he going to cross across the open? I don't know. I'm being a little hesitant. I'm waiting for the rest of the team to show up here. What are they going to do? All right, so the Tashin pushes in. Their other Care 1 is sitting there. I don't feel like they're being very aggressive from what I can tell. We also have the T-803 in there. Take a stab at him. We don't hit him, and we'll dive down below here. Fantastic. All right. A little bit of strength on strength, but we've taken a good position. We are forward in the dip here. And as long as we don't poke around too much and get schwacked in the face too much and lose a bunch of hit points, we actually have the advantage down here right now. We've got a decent amount of tanks. Notice that we didn't do anything in the north, so I'm also noting that at the time, like, all right, we're going to have to kind of win this down here quickly or as quickly as possible without losing a bunch of hit points. So this is really strength on strength. They have quite a few tanks here. We have quite a few tanks here. Let's see if we just outplay these guys. I'm watching the middle. The middle seems to be relatively involved. The Tashin pushes out. I figure I'm probably going to get hit, and I do. I take on 800, and we bounce. The FV I didn't actually notice, to be honest with you, but now I know he's there. Here's something I'm going to do for this team because I reload relatively quickly, and I don't want to give this FV any more cover than he deserves, so I'm actually just going to shoot the building. Screw it. Probably should have hit HE, and I might have been able to hit right in the middle and knock both sides down at one time. That's something I didn't think about. Again, I reload faster, so we'll just go ahead. I'm only at 400 something alpha, so we're just going to get rid of that. There we go. Now everybody take out the FV. He no longer has anywhere to hide and reload, and unfortunately kind of gets away. A little bit surprised. So I'm going to refocus on the Tashinra, but he dies. And then this is about where I was able to come up for air again and look at what was going on. All right, so they've taken the north. We've killed 2 of theirs. They've killed 1 of ours. We appear to be winning here, but we have some hit points to get rid of right here in front of us. So let's work on these guys. No sense in turning around now. The Tashinra gets thumped a couple times. Care 1 comes in here. If those guys shoot, so I'm going to come up here and see if I can get a shot on this guy. And, okay, whatever. Destroyed the track. Got some assist. The enemy team is running. See the CS-63? We should have some shots on him. So I'm going to stay here for a minute. I'm trying to come around the corner too much. So we get a nice little lead shot on this guy. There we go. So, sweet. 516. Back out. And I am not going to push. Right now I'm looking at this other KR-1. I didn't realize he was actually there. But the guys are turning on him. I think I take one more shot here, but I don't get anything out of it. Alright, and we'll back out. So I'm not going to keep on pushing right here. The backup plan, the fallback plan. I don't know why we have an FV sitting where we do in the south in the back. It's just an idiotic place to be. He either needs to be moving north or pushing up or whatever. Maybe he had shots. I kind of doubt it. So we're going to turn around and head back, and what I'm worried about right at this moment is them coming down the 0 column and being able to get behind us and killing off our Moronic FV and Leopard 120, which are just sitting on the sniper hill, whatever. Maybe they have shots into the middle. Initially, I'm coming back this way thinking maybe I'll go to the middle. Nope, not yet. They have enough guns, enough power. I'm not going to push right up the middle right now. I'll take a quick peek here. I'm paying attention to the 0 column. I see a couple guys moving that way. One is a Sturb, not super worried about him. But for the moment, I'm kind of falling back in that direction in case they start pushing up. Now I'm looking for shots into the middle. Back around here. Notice the KR-1 and the Teshin Rat pushed. That's fine. I mean, I wish they wouldn't have, but actually a couple guys keeping an eye on the Jackal and the CS-63 and making sure that they don't come back and get in behind us, start lighting us and shooting us in the side. Not necessarily a bad thing. You get rid of that little building right there. There we go. Take a peek here. No, nothing going on. And, oh, look at this. We shoot this dude in the side, and we'll armor not penetrate because I shot heat into the side of the space armor over there. Slash, I just hit the tracks. Whatever happened with that shot. And we're going to keep on hanging out here for a second. Now, this is not necessarily 1. It's only 5 to 4. We have pretty good map control, I would say. Not amazing. They do have the north, so they're able to use the tracks as a hold down position. It's not easy to use them because they're very steep. So it's not an automatic great spot to be. I'm going to knock that truck down right there. I did that on purpose because he was hiding behind that. Go, man, come on, give me this kill shot here. Where can I hit him? Maybe right here in the front. There we go. Unfortunately, somebody hit him first and only got 97 out of that kill. That makes me feel better, but we did lose the 432U. But notice that I'm not really as concerned about the 0 column anymore, guys, because the scout went up there and he's sort of keeping them honest. Let's move back to the middle. Push up here. I'm not interested in crossing back there onto the 1 column. The concept, maybe if I'd have pushed over there, the concept might have helped me out based on he got into the backfield there. So a little bit of fire support for him might have been good. I actually missed that, to be honest, until right now. But still, most of their hit points are in here, so I'm going to go ahead and push up here. I've got 1,700, so I have a couple hits to give before I'm out of the game. A couple, 3 at least. So we can share some hit points, maybe get some gang tackles in here. I see the 80T, 803, the 432U is hanging out in the middle. The FV has the nice overwatch, so if somebody pushes out and around on us, we should be able to hurt him. The Jackal gets hit. The JPZ doesn't realize I'm here, so I come in and say, hello. Try to track him, but don't quite get it, and he backs out. Jackal, I believe, notices me here in a moment. Here we go, we get a piece of him. He shoots me. We block it because we're heavy. Nice. Now he's making a runner. See if we can get another shot on this guy. There we go. Another 499. Alright, so now the 803 and myself are going to tag team the JPZ. This is what's nice about having shots in 2 different directions. A little bit worried that he was going to get his gun on me, so I elected to just track him. There we go. So there's some more assists for me. Gets me up to 1,400. Oh, take a hit from the imbattable. And he dies for it. Very nice. Down goes the Sturb up there. So I've got this guy, no shots on him. And there's the CS. He's going to get a shot on me and I'm going to miss. It's unfortunate. Really should have just charged in on him, to be honest with you. I'm trying to be a little too clever. We got 3,000 damage, 1,600 assist. Got 1 kill, so we can get 1 more on this guy. No, he's going to push that way, unfortunately. Here he comes. Boom, 1 more kill, so we end up with 2 kills, 3,247, 1,639 assists. An example of winning a flank and going back, guys. Going back can be all the way to the cap, it can be to another flank, it can be a mixture of both. Again, pay attention to the match, pay attention to the flow and what's going on and where you're needed. Almost every time. Many times. A significant, I would say majority of the time, continuing to push towards the enemy cap is not the right answer. Those guys fell back. There was a couple other heavy hitters back there. They can actually support, if you push too far north over here on the 1 and 2 column, even the guys from the factory can turn around and shoot you. Notice the JPZ had turned around and was doing so over here. So that push, especially on this map, and most maps are very similar, but especially on this one, this is a difficult push down here to cross this open area when you've got bushed up guys. Now, if you're winning on every flank, as we've discussed in the past, that's fine. Go for it. Just envelop them, take them down. But this one required a little bit more care. And I liked, if you noticed, talked about it a little bit, but the majority of the team was on the same page. The enemy team actually didn't do a terrible job either. Some of their guys actually got away from the flank that was collapsing, which is a good idea. And frankly, enough of them got away and enough were in decent other spots that it made it a bad idea for us to continue to push towards their cap. And you'll see that most of our guys turned around and went away the other way. Now the concept, and I think the Teschenrat, did we have 2 Teschenrats? Yeah, he actually ended up crossing all that area as well. And again, I'm not that bothered by at least a couple of them hanging out over there, keeping them honest so they don't turn that flank back on us. You got to watch out for that. But I liked how most of the team went the other way or went to the middle and just really started to envelop them. And what was a pretty close game about mid-game, even though it was really trending in our direction, especially for map control and positioning, turned into what you might call kind of a rout at 15-6. All right, so there you go. I think it's instructive. It's easy to talk about those things and say you need to do it. Sometimes a nice visual example of it in an actual public match, an actual rando match, will kind of help you as you're trying to learn how to do that. What does that look like specifically on this map, and also in general, what does it look like when I win my flank? What do I do? How do I react to that? Do I keep on Mongo pushing, or do I turn around and go try to shore up other positions that need help? And this team really did it. It was a tier 10 and 11, and I'm not going to say tier 10 and 11 always does this. I find it to be more often than the mid and lower tiers. But it's probably also safe to say that this is not the standard in World of Tanks in the pub matches. But it's nice to see when it happens, and that's what it looks like. Have a great one. We will see ya. Have a fallback plan, fellas.